guys, it's Hannah and Cailin.
Back with Double Talk.
So for a second show, we're going to do, I'd rather call it a discussion than a review.
Because we don't exactly know what we're
Star
talking
Wars
about.
The Force Awakens, because there are people who have literally been watching this series for like almost 40 years, because the first one came out in 77, I think. So there are people that are so familiar with the characters. They know all about the history of Star Wars and everything.
How long has it been?
And that's not like this new Star Wars movie that we just saw last night is the first one we've seen in the series.
We never saw the original.
Never saw any.
How many of there? That was last time was the 8th one. Awakens is the 8th one, I think.
I want to say 8 too, but I don't know where. I think it was 8.
I think it was 8.
I don't know where I got
it's
that
something
from.
around there. But
See,
you know what I've been yeah. I don't know.
Mm.
You know what I've been wondering is how long since the last one, because then whoever has been watching it all along since the 70s, like our parents, for example, like they don't know what happened and they've been waiting in the years between.
Just like,
so if you think about it that way, it makes it even cooler when you think about how a new one just came out. But so The Force Awakens, we saw it last night. The thing is, okay, our dad was listening to Howard Stern, and apparently he did an interview with JJ Abrams, who said that he made this movie so that if you hadn't seen the other ones, then you would know what was going on.
And when our dad told us that, I was like, before we went to the theater to see it, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Isn't that what
I don't know
we
what we
actually-
would have done if it was like, well, and also, okay, this is so funny. At the beginning, when they had some text. First of all, we saw it in 3D, which was awesome.
Yeah. I'm so glad we saw it in 3D.
Yeah. They had text at the beginning of the movie that scrolled down, and if you read it real quick, you had to it caught you up on like the past 40 or so
when
years
I first
of
saw
history.
the text, I was like, okay, all right,
I got this.
And then I tried, I would read a line, and then before I moved,
I'd read it again.
Because you know that's the Star Wars font, you know that where it lays flat and scrolls.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's
Actually, I've seen that in like video editing and stuff. I didn't know it was Star Wars.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because it is. It is.
Oh.
Trust me, it is.
Thanks, Cailin.
And so when I saw it, I would read a line, and then before I moved on to
I'd
the
read it
next
again.
one, I'd read it again. Because I'd be like, and it would say, it did catch you up pretty much. And
Yeah.
and there were certain parts of the movie, like, you know the part where, okay, let me make sure I get the names right, where Han Solo and Leia met each other for the first time in that movie, and you could see, do you know that part where, and you could see that, like, they were saying so many words without saying anything, and you would only know what that message was if you've seen all the other ones, which, like, I feel like it made it cool, because, like, watching it, because you could get a sense of what you'd been missing out on.
By the way, we're not that worried about spoilers, because I'm honestly, like, even now, I'm not even sure that we know enough about the movie to even give spoilers.
I know there's...
Except for that major one.
I know there's 2 major ones that we're not going to mention,
Yeah.
but other than that, like, the little things, like, you know, the cast, like, you know that the original cast...
Well, what's interesting is the 2 main characters in this movie were Rey and
Finn.
Finn.
He didn't have a name, but Rey gave him a name, because, Finn was, like, it was, like, FN, something, like, numbers, letters, and then she was like, I'm going to call you Finn, because FN.
I totally missed that.
Yeah.
Like, I totally missed that.
Yeah, she gave him a name.
I remember her saying, oh, Finn, but, like, I don't remember that
She
at all.
gave him the name.
Wow.
Yeah. What were you saying?
Wow. So Finn and Rey in this movie weren't in the other series at all. They're completely new characters, which they're like really young and everything. Mm-hmm. So it's like a new. They added new characters to this movie that weren't in the original series, which I thought was interesting.
I just think it's, and I noticed when we were watching it that I had no idea who the actors who played Finn and Rey were. Like, I'd never seen them before. Yeah. And then I looked it up, and that's like a thing that JJ Abrams does.
What?
He like in the first movie, apparently the actors were completely unknown.
Oh, really?
And so he delivered.
Not after Star Wars.
Yeah. and Finn and Rey, whoever played them, I don't remember their names. I looked.
Are
them
they
up.
seriously? They.
I mean, they've done some other things, but this is like they weren't known at all. The girl who plays Finn is a British actress, and she never. I don't even think she acted in anything American yet.
Wow.
So, but he deliberately did that because that was the original Star Wars. He took unknown actors and basically like made their careers.
Yeah.
And now, of course, they're confirmed for the new movie too.
Oh, really?
In 2017.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is the last Star Wars.
Apparently, I heard this somewhere. Apparently, they're going to make a new Star Wars movie every year until 2020, starting now. Which, like,
but I thought that there was only one more.
What? I thought so too. I don't know where I can't remember where I heard this.
Is this a credible source?
I don't know. somebody confirm or deny this.
Yeah.
But apparently I don't even know how that's possible because I feel like it would take more than a year just in post production.
Yeah.
Right? Like the average movie takes like a year, right?
Well, I think
and then they'd have to film it.
I think I saw somewhere that they've already started pre-production on the other one, like they
I'd
overlapped,
imagine,
last year, like they overlapped.
Yeah.
It's not until 2017, which makes sense because you know, you think about Avatar, and you know,
Avatar was in post-production for like
five years.
Between 5 and 10 years.
Yeah, a lot of years. But and okay.
Wait a minute. There are parts in the movie that I thought were so cool. By the way, see it in 3D.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm usually like when I play like video games in 3D, which I do. Animal Crossing New Leaf people. I don't usually
Luigi's
put it on
Mansion.
Luigi.
That game is crazy, by the way. Seriously.
Okay, I don't usually play things in 3D or like see things in 3D because it like messes with my eyes and stuff. I'm not usually like a fan of that. But like see it in 3D, it made it so real. Oh, and
you know that part where they were going down the dune?
I took my 3D glasses off because I was like, what does this look like?
You know what I learned last night?
They're like sliding down on like
we never see 3D movies. I don't know why, because I do like 3D movies. If it's the right movie, you know, like I've never been a big...
Yeah, I guess I don't have I don't know. It's just that we just usually don't. I don't know. It's like...
Here's the other thing. What was that? Oh, what I was saying is last night, I didn't know this because I wasn't used to wearing 3D glasses, but even if they're still over your eyes completely, if you turn your head...
Yes! Did you notice that?
If you turn your head slightly to the side...
It totally screws everything up. I guess I need to like straighten up my head again.
I guess it's because your eyes aren't programmed to...
But the thing is, it's not. I'm not doing this on purpose. All of a sudden, I'm just like, I'm not holding my head up.
You like start
exactly
like
straight, and it's like, and then it's like, what's going on?
Wow.
Oh,
we're new to this
anyway,
3D thing.
Anyway, as far as like the graphics of this movie go, which I think even if you know nothing about Star Wars, at least for us, that made it so cool, and so engaging and interesting.
There's just certain parts.
There were parts where like, okay, to be honest with you, it took me about the first 20 minutes of the movie to even figure out where they were. I thought they were on the moon. Okay.
Are they on the moon?
Okay.
They're not on Earth.
I'm so confused. Well, no, they're in
the
the galaxy.
They're having a war in the stars.
Anyway, oh my god, that was so off topic. There was this one part where it's like there was like the characters and there was a ship that they're standing around or nearby, and then it zoomed out, and then in that moment you can see how big the world that they were in was, because the ship and the characters look so small compared to this huge landscape of this other planet that they're on, or galaxy, or wherever
that kind of told you about where everything was taking place.
And it was just like, and it was like there was one part where like they're in some kind of ship or carrier thing or something, and they flew off into like some other part of the place they're on, and then when they got off, they were like looking around, and they had to like walk this distance until they could reach like other civilization, and it was like huge. So just like they were in the middle of nowhere.
All this in 3D just made it. Like, and I'm not a big, like, technically Star Wars, it is like, it's kind of like it has the same sort of like where there's extended fight scenes, battle scenes. Like that's sort of what I don't like about war movies in general, and I know war movies, that's like a really broad.
Well, it's not just war movies; it's like science fiction.
Extreme
action.
I always
movies.
said I was never a big fan of like action and nothing else.
Honestly, things that can't happen in real life. It's like it's never like, I appreciate it, of course, for like the art of it, but it's never been a really our thing. But that's the thing about Star Wars. And by the way, what did you think of when you thought of Star Wars, like before you'd seen any of the movies? Like, what images came to mind? I literally thought of like people flying through a galaxy with like images of like a moon in the background, like shooting each other down,
and like really dark.
Yeah, that's another thing, really dark, and no real characters. Which I mean, I should have known. Like the characterization on these characters are crazy. Like I should have known this. But no real characterization, no like
human interaction
between
like
characters.
Real human interaction,
which like for example, like we saw
that was kind of dumb that we even thought that.
Yeah, I mean, of course there is.
But I don't think
that was another thing. It wasn't just like people flying around through the galaxy, like shooting down each other and stuff. There was like it was like a love story between Finn and Rey. Yeah, there was some good human interactions. I mean, even
and Han Solo and all his funny lines.
Oh, there was funny lines.
Yeah,
I mean, we should have known this because last year
the mother-father thing with Luke Skywalker and Leia, and
like we originally weren't going to see the Amazing Spider-Man 2, even though we were like a really huge fan of Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, because it's just I was like,
it's one of those Marvel
it's just one of those Marvel movies. But then when we saw that, we realized there was this like love story and there's so much more to it, and we should have known then. Like, I don't know, I think every movie's like that,
and I don't think we're the only
every movie that we would originally shy away from because of it's like sci-fi or something like that, or action or superhero.
Have you noticed, like, even since like when you meet like a new group of people, there's these certain things you always talk about, like movies and like that kind of thing. Have you noticed since we've been to college, there are people who either really, really like you haven't seen Star Wars, are you crazy? It's the greatest thing ever. But then there are people just like us who are like, I'm not into that.
Yeah.
Like, so it makes sense that I feel like a lot of people are sort of in our same position where they're like, I don't think there's anything that I would like to get out of it.
Yeah.
But there was, like, I don't know, that's what I liked about it.
Yeah,
and
same.
Even if I didn't understand the broader and I guess this was JJ Abrams' goal, even if I didn't understand what was going on in perspective and in relation to all the other movies. Like, you can enjoy... There are all these moments, and it's just like I can enjoy that moment. I appreciated that moment. Like
even if you don't understand how they're connected or or what exactly is going on in the moment, because again, like okay, our mom has mom's best friend's kids have been like we visit them like every other year, Gabe and I, and they are completely just obsessed with Star Wars. No, and they're younger than us, and they've they've been into this since they're like 6, 7, 8, whatever 9, and they knew all these details. They knew all the characters. They knew all the details about the characters. All the different what do you call them? What word are you looking for? Like R2D2. Like there was like.
Well, I know the one.
I
know the one in the movie is called a droid. I don't know if they're all called droids.
I don't know. Basically, all the characters and just details about the movie, they knew all these things about it, and I was just like, I can't imagine ever comprehending this. And so here we were going in to watch this new movie for the first time with no background information, and I was kind of scared. I was like, because it just goes all over my head, like things.
But
like
I can kind of see. But it didn't. That's the thing. It didn't all go over.
It didn't. No, that's what I'm saying.
I understood. Like it's almost like. I like sometimes when I'm watching an extreme like sci-fi or action movie, like I feel like I'm way behind even if there's no prequel or even if it's not in a series, I already feel lost from the beginning. Yeah. So like it was almost like it was
something that even if you're not into that, I think that you should go see it because there's good parts of it and there's things that you'll understand. If you're like us.
Yeah. Not just understand, but appreciate.
Yeah.
But I didn't know the series. I didn't know any of the movies. I didn't know what a stormtrooper was. Didn't know what a Jedi was. The First Order, the Resistance. But, like, it's like if you just watch this movie from the beginning, you know what's going on.
Yeah, you can catch up, basically, just by watching this movie.
I have to admit, at the beginning, I was like, whose side are you? Like, every time a new character showed up, I'd be like, whose side are you on? But then you figure it out. Like, you don't need to know the backstory to figure that stuff out.
But anyway,
honestly, okay, and the moment I feel like the good thing about Star Wars is it's become so iconic that you just
have to appreciate it because it's so just for what it is.
Like
so
iconic. like may the Force be with you. Yeah. Like when you just hear that, it's just sort of like
it's like that is the line.
That's the line. And then I think it's cool how they just I don't know, it's just the moment where they said it with this new cast. It was being said to I think her name's Daisy Ridley. I feel like I didn't just make that name up in my head. Who plays Rey, but it's like, and then you kind of imagine what it must be like to be in the position of a new cast.
And just member. Like wow.
Like, yeah. And here's another thing. Okay, what's the Force? What did you learn about the Force? What's the Force? Let's see if we picked up the same thing.
The Force. Well, there's the dark side and then the not dark side, and the Force is basically the light.
But do you know what I noticed? I feel like, okay, I think so. But then there was a certain part of the movie last night where one of the enemies was threatening something, and then he kind of like did the Force is like that tangible thing, which like he does that, right? Well, one of the bad guys did that to Rey, and then I'm like, okay, so that is and then I think he threatens like I'm using the Force, like whatever, like in his own way.
Well, see, that's the thing. The Force could either be for or against you. That's why they say may the Force be with you.
Yeah, no, I'm actually really excited about this. And then in the moment, she was like, she remember she actually said out loud herself the Force, and then she like went like that, and then all of a sudden she just like had the upper hand and like completely like
so basically the Force is just this thing that could be either for you or against you, and that's why they say may the Force be with you. I got all this now.
So many things about Star Wars yesterday.
Oh my God.
So would you watch the new one? You're looking forward to watching the new one?
Yeah, oh gosh, I feel like I have to now.
Yeah. Would you watch the old one?
Yeah,
you know what? I want to see the first one now.
I want to see the first one, just because I want to see how technology and just like the graphics and everything's changed. I want to see the original characters in the first movie.
Yeah,
because it's like wow, it's like this is how it all started. And I feel it is almost 2016, it's still going on.
I feel like there's that's like a really cool thing about it.
Well, yeah, like, I mean it's literally like I actually took out my phone calculator to figure this out. It's been like almost 40 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this has just been a part of those original characters' lives for 40 years now. Can you imagine?
And all the fans who watched it.
Yeah, that too.
So, I wonder how do you critique a Star Wars movie? Did you ever think of that?
I don't think we can. We can't call this a review. It's like a discussion.
I looked up what people have been saying about it, like especially the critics who have negative things to say. And the one thing somebody said is that,
oh, you did?
Yeah, I saw a review that said it was too safe. They were trying too hard not to offend anybody. Like I feel like we can't comment on that.
Offend them how?
Exactly, like what could be offensive in a Star Wars movie? That's exactly what they said. They were trying too hard not to offend anyone.
Well, did they ever say things that would
I guess that's the question. In order to comment on that and how accurate that we think that is, we'd have to know in relation to the other ones. And there's so much we can't say because we can't compare it to the other movies.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, that's not really for us to...
You're getting the perspective of two 19-year-old girls who have never seen Star Wars before.
Exactly. Too safe. I don't understand.
Too safe.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means. I mean, I guess...
Well, it has good... What does it have on, like, Rotten Tomatoes?
VII, I think that's
Is that it?
I think so.
It's VII.
I used to know Roman numerals.
I did. Me too. The Force Awakens, 94%.
94%.
Audience score, that's good.
That's good. Yeah, go see it. Even if you've never seen it before, go see Star Wars: The Force Awakens. You'll enjoy it. There's enough background at the beginning and also just throughout the movie to let you know what's going on, enough for you to appreciate what's happening.
Yeah.
And just appreciate.
And the graphics are amazing. See it in 3D.
Yeah, definitely see it in 3D, especially if you don't think that, if you're not sure about whether, it'd be something you'd be into. That just makes it so much cooler, I think.
We're gonna review Joy next.
Yes. Yep. Watch a Joy review next, and go see Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
May the Force be with you.
Why did we just
say that at the same time? We need to delete.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Till next time.